Hey guys, this is Camfrey15. I am back at it with another video for you guys, and we are back with some more Dragon Quest episode reviews for you guys. Now, this episode was really good. Now, first, let me get this out the way. I guess for obviously you faithful Dragon Quest fans, welcome to Spring Anime of 2020. We officially have hit the spring because most of the winter animes have officially ended. Some of my favorites like ReZero, Quintessential Quintuplets, Doctor Stone, they're all gone. And I honestly thought winter anime of 2021 was really good. And hopefully, spring anime of 2021 is another good season. Obviously, this show is still running into the whole since the start of the fall, essentially through the winter, and it's into the spring. And we are back with the continuation of Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai. Now, obviously, again, to faithful viewers of my reviews, if you're wondering where my co-host, the Red Wolf, is at, he had a personal matter to attend to in terms of getting a car, so he was not able to join us or join me on the video to talk about the episode, but I would envision he's going to be here next week and we'll get his thoughts on this week's episode next week. So you're just going to get me today. But I thought was a pretty solid anime episode. They're really, by the end, they really have you like, shit, I don't know where this is going. And at this point, I don't know what surprises they could do. But listen, I'll talk about that when we get to that point. Now, obviously, what happened last episode is we had the whole fight with Baran, and essentially, the revealing of his draconic aura. Now, Baran in the episode goes on to say that draconic aura is essentially a barrier that just negates anything within it if you're weaker to it. Like, it's essentially a barrier, like a very strong magical barrier that, was barely, you're barely able to do damage against it. Like, it even repels spells. So it's kind of similar to Hionicle's armor, but just, I guess you can say, stronger, essentially. Now, this is when we see Crocodile, try to go in, but freaking Baran, and the animation looks great. The animation this entire episode was phenomenal. Like, again, I've said it on the channel how many times that Dragon Quest has some of the best animation out of any of the animes I've ever watched. Definitely some of the best animation. And again, it's credit to Toei. They're actually like putting in a lot of love and care for it. So yeah, but you just see Baran just essentially beat the ever-living hell out of Crocodile. Like, he's just straight up abusing this man. And it gets to the point, he even just freaking like takes out his eye. Now, he doesn't take out his full eye, but he just cuts his eyelid. Eventually that gets healed later on in the episode, but I'm like, good God, he blinded freaking Crocodile. So yeah, anyways, what happens is Leona goes into the water and she sees Dai. She heals Dai. She also sees how much damage the Giga Break did to him. Eventually, after he's healed, he comes out of the water and he does an Avant Strash alongside with, well, actually one before that even happened. Pop was looking to get interfere in the match and kind of get in the way, and essentially Baron's like, your spells would have no effect on me. You would just honestly go to your grave and you die. Like, one move from me could break your damn arm. So yeah, now Meryl's obviously kind of panicking at the time and she's kind of worried about Pop. She's trying to make him get out of there, but obviously she can't do anything. And her grandma just like, no, stay here. Again, like I said, what happens next, because it looks like Baran is about to do another Giga Break attack at a full power Giga Break and stuff like that. And it's like really freaking dangerous because he's like, bro, okay, I held back against my son Dino. This time I'm not holding back. This will turn you to ashes. And I'm like, okay, this is just great. Lo and behold, Dai comes out of nowhere. Like I said, he does an Avant Strash, combines it with Crocodile's, obviously beast attack. And it's looking like, okay, the day say we stopped him and stuff like that. Um, yeah, no. Um, Essentially, Baron takes the attack, but he essentially used most of his draconic aura to do it. And essentially, what we find out is, well, one, we know earlier because Baron freaking tells it to Pop in the episode. He's like, listen, the reason why I took Crocodile out first is because, yes, my draconic aura can repel almost any spell. But if there's a greater force that challenges my, essentially my aura, it can break through and actually do some serious damage to me. And that's what happened here. With the combined effort of Crocodile and Dai's attack, essentially, it pierced through his aura and actually made Baron start to bleed. Baron eventually sees this, and at first it was making me think like, what, is Dragonite supposed to have like different type of blood compared to regular humans? But no, he has the same blood as like we bleed, just regular red blood, and because his aura was overwhelmed from the force of the attack. Eventually, that's when he's like, our Baron's like, okay, the one thing I just realized is this: Dai's friends gives him power. And what's one thing we gotta do? Now, at first, you would think in the typical, I guess, shonen type of way, you would have the antagonist try to threaten to kill one of Dai's friends and be like, you know, I'm gonna kill your friends to take everything from you so you're broken and then you join me and stuff like that. But no, they completely go a different route than what I was thinking. And what they do is Baron powers up and he's essentially forcing Dai's Dragon Crest to come out. Their Dragon Crests are resonating with each other and it's creating Dai massive pain in his head. Eventually it goes into an internal scene and we see Dai looking at Grandpa Brass. Eventually that kind of disappears just as quickly as Thanos did the snap in Avengers Infinity War. And they're just dusting away essentially. And it goes over to all the other memories he has about everybody else he's been across in his life. And just like that, they're gone. Baron eventually retreats because he's like, I'm in a weakened state. I need to go freaking recuperate and get back to my full power. But next time, you guys are dying. So what we find out after they take Dai back to what we see is they ask Dai, is he okay? And then Dai's like, what are you? And we see that Dai has forgotten his memories, or in what Crocodile said, is he has amnesia. And essentially, you know, Baron forcibly erased his memories. And I'm like, oh shit. And you get a very emotional scene in the episode when you just have Dai just chilling in the bed. One, actually before that, you have Meryl actually come back from the city they recently were at with the dragon attackings and stuff like that. And essentially she's saying, yeah, what the people are doing, because it was relatively quiet there, you were just praying to their gods and everything and stuff like that. So it looks like, you know, obviously those people kind of lost all hope. But, you know, we get a very emotional scene. Like, my thumbnail image is obviously of Dai. At first I was going to have the thumbnail image be obviously of the people at the end, but I rather did it spaced on here because this was a big point of the episode. Essentially, you just have Dai look like he doesn't know what the hell's going on, like he's lost essentially. And I'm like, fuck, this guy looks like terrible. And you have this very emotional scene where Leona goes up to him and she's like, Dai, it's me. You know, that's your name. You know, Pop. You know, you said you wanted to be a hero. You're from Daramil Island. And she's like, you remember my face? Because obviously we know she likes him and stuff like that. And he's like, I don't know who you are and stuff like that. Eventually Pop's in this and he's obviously just upset at the moment because everything that's happened. And he kind of takes it out on Dai. Like, and it's funny because eventually, you know, the others are telling him like, yo, calm down. He can't remember. And essentially Pop's like, no, he is going to remember. And he literally drags this anemic Dai out in the freaking rain. He's like, here, take this freaking sword. You'll remember it. And he's being very hostile and very aggressive to Dai. And I'm like, dude, you should not be like acting like this towards somebody who just got amnesia. They don't know who you are. Essentially, you know, it's like Crocodile said in the episode, you know, Dai essentially, his mind is at its stage as if he was like just a little kid, essentially, a child, like an infant, essentially, you know. And what Pop is doing, being so aggressive and being so demanding and yelling at him and doing so, it scares Dai off. He eventually goes to hug Leona. He's like, you know, he's bullying me and stuff like that, which goes to show the way she's acting is like a freaking kid, like a 6-year-old kid, and stuff like that. And it's like, well, shit. It looks like all hope is lost because now they don't know if how Dai's gonna get his memories back. And two, even before that whole scene, we see that, when Dai tries to remember, his Dragon Quest starts lighting up, and then you start to see blood trickling down near the Dragon Crest area. And I'm like, what the hell, man? So that's where that kind of part of the episode ends, really, for our hero storyline. Now, I don't know what they're going to do to get Dai's memory back. Like, literally, there's nothing in the top of my mind that could do where how they can get Dai's memories back. My only case is they do the whole, remembering thing, try to have so many people who he's come across remember, and maybe he can remember. I don't know where this is going. Again, do not post spoilers in the comment section how he eventually gets his memory back, because it's gonna be obvious how it's obviously gonna be, make sense that, the main character of this series is going to get his memory back eventually. Now we cut over to the dark kingdom, and where Hadlar and a bunch of the other guys are at, and essentially, oh boy, I already forgot his freaking name. The dude that looks like a scythe, essentially, the guy that has the scythe. He's essentially playing chess, and he's like, oh, Baron's got them right where they wanted. It's only a matter of time, Hadlar, before he takes your position and everything. And eventually, what we see what happens is we find one of the, I guess, little monsters find where Baron's at, and Baron's at this designated location at the Bengarna Kingdom at the tip of it, at this place called Argo Point. And essentially, we see these different colored fire shrines. Eventually, that's when Hadlar runs. He's like, oh shit. He's calling the Dragon Masters. Essentially, he goes through the fact and he says, essentially, the Dragon Masters are 3 servants of Baran. And essentially, they all control the land, sea, and sky. So essentially, this is like, I guess you can say, his version of the Admirals. I know I'm taking it from One Piece, but it's like his, first, second, and third in commands, which goes to show you that makes sense why his legion's more than likely the strongest legion out of all the Dark Army, because this guy's got backup too. And we find out who these guys' names at the end. We see Sky Rider, Galdandi, Sea Rider Borahorn, and Land Rider Larhart. Galdandi, he looks literally like a falcon. He honestly, to me, he reminds, I don't know if you guys have ever watched the anime Bakugan. He reminds me of the Bakugan Falconeer. He has that looking design. He reminds me of that guy. There's also another falcon looking character I've seen in anime that he reminds me of, but Falconeer is the only one I can remember. Borahorn, he's essentially a walrus. That's what he is. He's a walrus. And then Land Rider Larhart, he looks like he's I guess, some sort of humanoid type of creature. And the crazy thing is they're all riding on these different types of dragons and stuff like that. The episode ends off with these characters essentially showing, saying, okay, Master Baran, we're here to take your serving or whatever. We're here to do what you want us to do. And that's where the episode ends off. And next episode, seems like our hero's definitely gonna be in trouble, because it looks like they're gonna be beating up on Pop. Now, my only guess is who could be, coming in as a reinforcement to, I guess, hold him off till Dai gets his memories back. Obviously, Hinako could come back, most definitely, which I feel like he will come back, because there's no point in following the Dark Army anymore, because they're literally across the sea. I would be shocked if Mom makes an appearance, but hey, this show has surprised me so many damn times. But I thought it was a very good episode. They really did, for people who are blind with this, if you didn't read the manga, people like me and many other anime onlys who are watching this right now, definitely, this is like the episode, where you could say we hit our lowest point. Like, how are we gonna get out of this situation? It's funny too. It's like we thought the freaking, what's his face last time? I forgot the name. The half cold, half hot guy. We thought how are they gonna get out of this situation, especially with the odds stacked up against them with damn near half the Dark Army on the same island as them? Here, I'm like, how are we gonna get out of this situation? Dai's got amnesia. Obviously, there's like 3 new tier characters that are obviously very strong in their own ways, you know, and then you still got to deal with Baran. How are we gonna get out of this situation? But I guess that's what we're gonna have to see what happens next week on Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai. So other than that, it was a really good episode of Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai. Very much enjoyed it. Really gave me that feeling of it looks like all hope is lost right now. But again, we all know that Dai is the main character. He'll eventually find a way to get his memories back and then get back in the fight. So yeah, so if you guys liked the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this Dragon Quest episode. As well as, again, many times as I said before, do not post spoilers about regarding what happens, how Dai gets his memories back eventually, and stuff like that. So I want to be blind in this. As well as hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai content, as well as any other anime content I'm going to be reviewing on the channel, especially with the fact that there is a new season of anime, which is, again, like I said, Spring Anime of 2020. So the only really so far, the only animes I'm reviewing other than Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai during this time are obviously going to be the 5th season of My Hero Academia, which I'm very hyped to see. My co-host, the Red Wolf, is actually going to be on those videos, and the fun thing about those videos, if you like My Hero Academia, is season 5 content is gonna be all new to him. Me, because I had to prepare to watch Heroes Rising because I wanted to really watch Heroes Rising, I essentially read the manga, and if you have been keeping up on the channel, if you're subscribed, you've been seeing I've been doing manga chapter reviews for My Hero Academia, which I'm actually gonna have that video actually uploaded tomorrow. So if you're a My Hero Academia fan, you're gonna get double the My Hero Academia content. You're gonna get a season 5 episode review, and you're gonna get a manga chapter review tomorrow. So look forward to that. I know Eden Zero, which is another spin-off of Hiro Mashima's series Fairy Tail and Rave Master. Whenever that comes out in April, hopefully that's weekly. And hopefully that goes straight to Netflix after the first episode airs. You'll be seeing me review that. And then anything other spring anime that intrigues me, which is only a few like romance shows and stuff like that, I'll probably review in my schedule. So yeah, but other than that, it's looking to be a good spring anime 2020 or 2021. But don't worry, guys. I will still be here reviewing Dragon Quest Adventure of Dai. So other than that, guys, that's all I gotta say. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Hopefully you guys, again, like I said, like this video. Until then, guys, hopefully you guys are staying safe out there, and hopefully you guys are having a great rest of your day or night or whenever you're checking out this video. Till then, guys, I'll see you guys on the next video or in any other video on the channel. Till then, guys, take care. Peace.